Hi everyone. Looks like we are online now. We still have about 10 minutes before the actual start. So maybe I can just test if you can hear my microphone well and if you can see my screenshots and if you can type in the chat room. So if some of you can just chat, put in the chat some exclamation marks, that will be great, guys. So we still have about 8 minutes. Get yourself ready, maybe take some pen and paper to take some notes. I hope today's information will be interesting for you. Hi, Kirill. I'm doing well. Thank you so much. We still have about 5 minutes before the actual start. Hi, Paul. Okay, guys, so it seems like it is 11 a.m. right now, so I'm gonna start the webinar now. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for attending the webinar. This is a very clever investment of your time, and I will do my best to share lots of valuable information about your first website creation. Before we proceed, I want to ask you to shut down all of your distractions. Close the sites that you are browsing right now, turn off your instant messenger, tell your kids to go play outside, just make sure nothing's gonna distract you. This webinar is full of really important tips and strategies that I don't want you to miss. So in fact, my advice would be to get a pen and a paper to take some notes. At least that's what I always do as I watch webinars. I see more people coming up to our webinar. We have 11 people online right now, which means that we have almost all the seats taken. That's cool. So, a few words about the presenter, being myself. My name is Max Rhodes. I'm the sales manager at MotoCMS.com. Today, I mostly work with corporate clients and resellers. I can mention that my biggest achievement being a part of MotoCMS family is our biggest partner, a guy who started to create church websites using our product, which is Moto CMS. We've started to work with in April 2013. So right now it's about 4 years, and I can tell that that guy now has more than 1,000 websites built with Moto CMS. So it's about 250 websites that he's created per year. And that means that creating a website today is really a possible thing for all of you that joined the webinar, because you're going to probably use Moto CMS templates for your future website. Anyway, about myself, I have over 5 years of experience working with small and mid-sized businesses who wants to bring their business online. And this is something that I'm going to share with you today. Let's take a look at our agenda. Here are several steps that we're going to discuss. It's going to be importance of a website for the business, several ways that you may choose to get started on website creation. Then I'll show you the ultimate solution that will suit any unskilled user and that will not cost you too much to launch your first website. After that, we're going to cover several steps on how you can manage your website and create your own content, create your own design, get your ideas on your website without any coding and without any extra knowledge that you might be thinking of. Then I'm going to cover all of your questions. And of course, by the end of the webinar, I'm going to provide you with a special gifts, with a special offer that will definitely surprise you, and I hope you will like it, and I hope that will help you to launch your website today. All right, so all of you guys who joined the webinar today are probably looking for a website, but I think not all of you actually recognize why do you need it. So I thought it's gonna be a good idea to start my webinar on what makes a website successful from a short list of world's most successful websites. And here it is. Just take a look at these numbers. Can you see that slide right now? I mean, I'm sure you know the names, but at the same time, I'm convinced you don't know the numbers behind them. Can you see these shocking just numbers? I mean, they're just stunning. Amazon manages to earn $3,300 $392 per second. And I mean, that's 24/7. That's a crazy money machine. Just to let you know, it was about $691 per second in 2009. And within 8 years, they managed to get it to 3,300. I was really surprised when I figured out that kind of information. And I hope that makes sense to you, that having a website and having your business online really helps you to bring more money to your business, bring more leads, build a trust with your clients, and share more information about what you do and what you have to offer. So let's move over to the next slide. I think everybody knows who is Bill Gates. And I just want you to understand that he wasn't kidding when he said that if your business is not on the internet, then your business will be out of business. Because if you share information about what you do, in your local community, probably a couple of thousand people know what you're doing. If you share information about what you do online, millions of people will know about that. Millions of people will talk about what you can offer, and millions of people will share that information with everybody else, with their friends, relatives, co-workers, and so on. So, well, guys, the next thing I'm gonna show you is going to completely blow your mind as well. At least that was my reaction to it. So online presence is pretty important, but right now I would try to answer the question, why is it so important? So we all know world's brightest minds work at Google. And I want to share with you something they have discovered not long ago. There is a publicly available study by Google. It's called Zero Moment of Truth. They've been studying consumer behavior, and some of the outlines are just shocking. Now, guys, before I show you this, I must know you're really with me and you follow what I'm about to show you. So just make sure, take a look at the screenshots that will appear on your screen. And by the way, that is my first webinar, so I'm really nervous. I might be not that confident as I always do with you on the phone if somebody had practiced talking to me. Anyway, I will do my best to share as much valuable information with you as I can. So what about Zero Moment of Truth? Here's that study. I already have it on my screen. And I want to scroll down to the page 11 as far as I remember. Here you go. There are 3 facts that just completely blowed my mind. Would it surprise you to know that a full 70% of Americans now say they look at the product reviews before making a purchase? So 7 people out of 10 will check the review about your company before they even think, do they need your services or they do not. Another thing is that 79% of consumers now say they use a smartphone to help with shopping. So you need to have a website. It should be well optimized with information for your clients. And moreover, it needs to be responsive so anybody with any sort of device can take a look at your website and get information that they are looking for. Moreover, 83% of moms say they do online research after seeing TV commercial for products that interest them. I mean, that decision-making point is going to be your online presence, and it's about 83% of people that do that. So, and I'm pretty confident Google is not going to be kidding with us. So, guys, with this being said, how that make you feel? I'm telling you guys, once I've seen these stats, I was totally blown away. I always treat websites and online businesses with respect. But what this tells me is that websites now actually affect how we act offline. That's a killer. That's what you need to use. So I hope that makes you sense that having a website today is really, really important. And let's get to the point when you decide to launch your first website. That means that you either need some brand exposure or maybe a few more leads, or you just want to sell your stuff online and actually make money. And how do you actually create a website? What are your options? I think mostly all of you feel exactly like that guy on the picture when thinking about the website creation. Those of you who is busy surfing other websites might want to take a look at what I am about to show. That will be a decision-making point for everybody who joined the webinar today. When talking about website creation, there will be two main solutions you may come up with. It's hiring a developer or building a website yourself using a special software such as website builders or CMS, which stands for Content Management System. And when comparing these two options, there are lots of differences that will help you to make a decision about website creation. First thing you might need to think about is design. Your website will need to have a unique design that will bring your own idea to the clients and visitors. But when talking about the design, if you're going to hire a professional, you will probably pay him about $50 per hour, and it might take him a couple of weeks to create a design for you. So we are talking about $500 to $1,000 just for a design being purchased from a professional. When talking about online builders, usually they come up with an idea of a template. You can surf through thousands of different designs that were created for you beforehand. Once you come up with an idea of how your website should look like, you're going to pick the certain design and then simply change it to make it unique and make it look the way you want and make it look the way you need by using pre-made portions of that design from that online builders. The next thing that you're gonna need when creating a website will be development of that design. So you can hire a developer who will sit a couple of weeks with coding, creating that certain design that a professional designer created for you. And you will pay probably about $30 to $50 per hour for that developer as well. So another $1,000 will be spent just to get something created from professionals. When talking about online builder, you're going to be a developer. You're going to choose the design you like, and then using that content management system, using that online builder, you will be able to apply the changes that you want and make that particular design look the way you need without extra expenses for the development of that design. So if we're going to move forward, every developer will charge you extra money for the responsiveness of your website. And you definitely want to have that feature because Google told us just about 5 minutes ago that 78% of people will use their smartphone to get more information about your product, about your service, about your website. When talking about online builders, you don't need to pay extra money for responsive functions because usually 95% of online builders are responsive out of the box. So you do not need to think about that. The next thing I want to discuss with you is update. Let's pretend that you created a website, you have about 10 pages, and within a couple of weeks or a couple of months, you decided to change the amount of services that you offer. You wanted to add another page with more information about what you do. You want to add some more pictures and text. So you're going to share up-to-date information with your potential clients online. When hiring a developer, you will have to contact him back and say, hey, Mark, or I don't know, whatever the name of your developer gonna be, I want to update my website. I want to add a couple more pages with that information. Here is the image I want to add, and here is some text, and so on. Mark probably gonna charge you extra money because he's gonna invest more time while working with your website. When talking about online builders, you don't need to pay for every new update that you want to add to your website. So updating content using online builder is possible at any time when you want it, and it is free. You just need to log in inside of your builder, create new page, update some original pages, and your clients and visitors will always receive up-to-date information about what you do. So moving forward, the next thing that you might face while working with a professional is human factor, misunderstanding. Let's say you tell, hey, Mark, I want this image be just smaller and that text a little bit darker, and I want the background be a little bit lighter. Mark gonna apply changes to your website, and then he's gonna present the job over to you, and you will notice that the picture is not as small as you wanted. The font size probably needs to be still a little bit more darker, and the background doesn't suit your needs. So that people will understand information in a different way, and misunderstanding between you and your developer and your designer may always take place, because that is some sort of factor that you're just not able to avoid. When working with an online builder, you create what you want. You have for example, you want to change the property of the image. You're going to resize it. You're going to apply some certain animation to it or some hover effect. Then you can check the result that you've created. If you like it, you're going to save it, keep it, and just leave it as it is. If you don't like it, you just simply go back to your admin panel and then play with that image a little bit more, just to make sure that it suits your needs and looks the way you need. And that doesn't cost you any money, and that doesn't take a lot of time for you to do that. You can just log into the builder and apply the changes on the fly. The next thing, and that's probably going to be the last one, is missing deadlines. You've expected that development of your website will take a week, and it's going to take another week to publish it online, for example, and so on. So you've started your marketing activities saying and invested about $1,000 to promote your future website in Facebook ads or Google AdWords, and you really expect your website to be launched on 1st of May. But your developer says that he's sick or he got in a car accident. I hope he does not. Or something else happened that just brings him to a point that he's not able to finish the project at the time he promised to do that. So you always depend on somebody when you're working with professionals or web studio, it doesn't matter. When working with an online builder, deadlines depend on you only. So you are the god of your website. If you want to make sure it's going to be launched on 1st of May, you're going to invest 24 hours of your personal time per day to make sure that you meet that deadlines, to make sure that your campaign that you've made for marketing is not going to be a waste of time. And in that point, you take care of these deadlines, and you can make sure that your money will not be lost. So talking about these ways of website creation definitely gives you an idea that online builder will be a good choice. At least I recommend you to go ahead with an online builder. So it sounds like we already have a solution for the problem your business is facing right now, but there is another question. what builder should I choose from? There are hundreds of builders online that you can search for, and all of them offer different pricing, different solutions, different packages and plans. Some of them are self-hosted, some of them are hosted on the company's website. Basically, you just need to take care of your domain and that's it. You don't manage your hosting accounts. What should be your choice? I mean, what solution will suit you the best for your small business or your mid-sized business? And I think I have an answer for that question. That's going to be Moto CMS, an ultimate solution for unskilled users with a fixed budget. And why am I so confident about that? Firstly, I have a client who already created about 1,000 websites, and it's about 250 websites per year. So I'm pretty sure it is an ultimate solution for unskilled users. He wasn't a developer himself. He was just a regular guy who attended church, and he wanted to create a website for his church. And then he decided that that's a really cool idea to bring more websites to other choices, and that basically became the way of life he's doing right now. He helps other churches to spread the word of God online with Moto CMS. And he was able to do that because the pricing for Moto CMS is not that expensive when comparing to other builders. For example, Wix will probably charge you on a monthly basis, and the cheapest plan will always have advertisements and limited functionality inside of the builder. When talking about more expensive plans that do not have the advertisement and they do have all of the functionalities available inside of the builder, you will pay a lot of money for that kind of a plan. Moreover, they will probably want to charge you once per year for 12 months. So the first payment will be pretty expensive for you as well. Why do I want you to take a look at Moto CMS? Here are a couple of examples why Moto CMS has more power over the other builders. First of all, Moto CMS benefit, it's probably number one, is a drag and drop website builder. You don't need to code at all. Moto CMS Builder will have different widgets and blocks that you can just simply drag from the panel, add it to your website. Then with just a couple of clicks, you will make them live, and they will look exactly like you want without any coding. Another benefit of Moto CMS templates is a responsive design. Basically, any device that your visitor will use will be able to preview your website. Not just preview the website, but the experience of looking at your website will be really, really pleasant. I mean, no matter what device is used to preview your website, the content of the builder will adapt to the size of the screen of the device that is used to preview your site. And you don't need to do any extra job to achieve that, because Moto CMS Builder will do that for you. Basically, you just need to create a PC version of the website, and Moto CMS Builder will create all other versions automatically. Moreover, inside of Moto CMS Builder, you can switch between different views to see how your website appears on different devices. Like it is shown on a tablet, how people will see it on an iPhone, and you can make sure that they get that experience that you want. You can adapt your website to look comfortable on any device using Moto CMS. Another thing about the pricing is that Moto CMS do not apply any monthly or annual fees for the builder. Basically, there is just one-time payment for the template that comes with a unique design, that comes with the builder itself, and there will be no other payments applied from Moto CMS team. There will be also hosting expenses that you will need to cover on a yearly basis, but that comes from another company, that comes from your hosting provider. And we do not limit you with amount of hosting providers that you can use. You can host yourself at any hosting provider you want. It can be United States, it can be United Kingdom. Your hosting company can be located anywhere in the world. You just need to make sure that your hosting company does meet our template requirements, so that you don't get stuck with a template because some system configurations on your hosting side. But anyway, if you do have these kind of issues, we always have 24/7 free support for the first year. I mean, you can always get in touch with a live person. You can ask your question in a chat or submit a ticket for a technical support department, and within just a couple of hours, your questions will be answered, and we will give you step-by-step instruction on how to achieve the things you're looking for. If you have problems on a hosting side, we will also give you recommendations on how to get them resolved and what kind of information you need to provide to your hosting company so that they can take care of the problem you have. Another thing about Moto CMS templates is that we do not use any sort of advertisement on your websites. So if you use Moto CMS template, nobody will know on how did you create your website. We're not going to put any banners saying that the website has been built with Moto CMS. It is just up to you. You may put that information in a footer of your website if you want, but we do not force you to do so. When talking about other website builders, you will definitely get lots of different advertisement in the footer and in the header of your site saying that that website has been built on a certain builder. Come over to our website to check more information about the builder. So if you do not want to get those advertisements on your site, you probably want to consider getting Moto CMS as a website builder for your future website. And once again, the last thing that I have on my slider, it is self-hosted. Basically, you can, I already covered that topic. You can host your website with any hosting provider anywhere on the earth, I mean. And that's seriously. Just make sure that your hosting company does meet our template requirements, which are pretty simple. 95% of companies all over the world will be able to handle Moto CMS engine being installed on their servers. So I've covered lots of things about Moto CMS Builder, and it sounds like it should be a good, suitable solution for all of you who've attended the webinar today. But the words are good. I think the practice is better. Right now, I will try to show you how to create a website today using Moto CMS template. And that is pretty simple. If you're gonna have any questions during Moto CMS presentation, just type them in the chat and I'll try to handle them as soon as I get them. Please be informed that YouTube Hangouts do have about 30-second delay, so it might take me some time before I see the chat that you asked me about. Anyway, I'm gonna move forward and tell you how to get your website launched. You probably need to go to Moto CMS website and choose the template you like. I already made a purchase of the template, so I'm not going to do that with you on the webinar. What you need to do is just choose the template, proceed with the checkout. You will get download link emailed to your mailbox where you will be able to download the zip folder with extra files. Once you have your template downloaded, you will need to upload that zip folder to your hosting control panel. And I do already have my zip folder uploaded for the webinar right here. So here how it looks like, about 25 megabyte zip folder that will include your template. All you need to do is just simply extract it. All right. I'm going to reload the file manager. Here's my site folder. I'm going to choose all of the files, and I'm going to move them into my webinar folder to make sure I can get access to these files from my subdomain. I'm going to show you that information right now. So I've chosen all of the files. I'm going to drag and drop them into the webinar folder right here. Here you go. All right, so I do have all of the files ready in that folder where my subdomain is pointing to. So right now I can start installing the template on my domain name. Today my domain name is webinar@teambluehosttestmoto.com. That's why actually I've extracted the files into the webinar folder. So in order to start template installation, I just need to go to that domain name. And here is what's going to happen. The control panel installation will appear itself right away. The first step will be setting up a language for your control panel. We have about 10 available languages that you can choose from. We also do translate our control panel to other languages. So in the nearest future, we plan to add a couple more of them. It's going to be Portuguese, probably, the next one that is coming to. So I'm going to use English. The next step, CMS will check if your hosting does meet the template requirements or not. So it says that my server is OK, and I can begin installation process right now. That's what I'm going to do. The step number 3 during the installation is database connection of the template. That information can be obtained from your hosting provider, so you do not need to worry about, oh, where I can get that. I don't know how to get my database set it up. You can just contact your hosting company and ask for assistance with that kind of a question. It will not cost you any extra money. You will be able to handle the process yourself. I'm not going to create the database right now because I already have that prepared for the webinar. I'm just going to copy that information. I have my username, have my database name, which is going to be the same. I'm going to put localhost for a host name, and I do have the password for my database username. You can skip table prefix if that's going to be the first template that is used on that particular database. So I'm going to hit the next button. Looks like I was able to connect my database to the template. So the last step, step number 4, will be creating a user that will be used to edit your website in future. So I'm going to put up my name. I'm going to use my email address. Sorry, it's going to be motocms.com. And I'm going to use the password I have. I'm going to retype that password and then proceed with installation. So the system says that the template has been installed. It took me about just like 3 minutes to connect my database and submit a user after I uploaded the file. So installation process is really, really simple. It will take you less than just 5 to 10 minutes to install the template to your website. Right now, the system asks me to authorize. So I'm going to use my login, which is maxroads@motocms.com, my email address. Feel free to email me back if you have any questions about the webinar or website creation. I'm going to set up my password. Here's my password. Let the system remember me the next time, and I'm going to log in. So here you can see how the actual builder looks like. The dashboard is pretty simple. So when you want to edit your template, you need to go to Pages. You can hit that button, Edit Pages, or simply switch on the top panel to the Pages tab. Let me show you the template that I have chosen. The template is called Evolution. That is our probably bestseller, and I'm going to tell you why. That template has about 5 child topics that are pre-made inside of that design. You can choose out from design page, medical page, car repair, real estate, hotel, and law. Basically, all of the topics are covered under just one design, under just one template that you might be interested in looking at. So in order to preview my site, I can just click View Site button, and I will see my website. Here how it looks right now. I think the design of that template is really, really sick. I really like how it looks like, you know. All right, anyway, I've showed you the template that I'm working with. So let me show you how I can customize it just within 10 minutes that I have for the webinar section. For example, I want to create a new page and add totally new content. Let's name that page a dream page, because I'm going to have a dream website. So here is my dream page. It has a header, a footer, and the content section that is empty right now. I don't like such a huge header and footer, so I'm gonna change that pretty fast, and let me use header for hotel design. It's pretty big as well. I'm gonna create a new header, and it will be dream header, like this. So it is empty dream header that I'm gonna work with. I'm gonna do the same for the footer. So right now I have pretty much empty page that I'm gonna work with. And if you're gonna choose any other builder for your future website, you will find that it's gonna be so hard to create something that will really suit your needs and that will make you satisfied. I will show you how it is simple to do with Moto CMS. For example, with Moto CMS, you can work with blocks or widgets. Widget is a certain part of the website that gives you a certain function, like adding a slider or maybe a contact form or a menu or a button or image. But Moto CMS comes with an ultimate solution that is named blocks. Basically, we already prepared certain blocks with a really nice design to achieve the needs of your website. You can drag and drop any block from the left section inside of your page, and here's what I'm gonna do. I just drag the block, and I already have my logo right here. I do have my address, my phone number, my social links, and my menu added to that web page. So I'm gonna save that header and leave it as it is for now. Let's move forward and take care of our footer. I'm gonna hide all of the sections for the blocks. As for now, we're gonna take a look at them a little bit later. You can notice that there are about 12 different sections. It's even more, it's about 15 sections you can choose from, and each and every section has pre-made set of different blocks that you can pick from. So let's move over to footers, and I will use No, I want a footer with the Google map. Let's choose this one. Here we go. So my dream page already has a header, a footer, and I'm gonna save the changes. Sorry for that. And right now we can add any type of content inside of that web page. Before I do that, I want to make sure that I have all the same colors for my website. So I'm going to stick to purple color. And I probably need to change the properties of my subscription form widget, which is connected with MailChimp, because I don't want to have a green button on my website. So I'm going to switch over to the design of my MailChimp widget, find the button style section right here, and I'm going to change the preset for the button. I have 5 different options with different settings inside of that preset. Here's the purple one. So here's the one that I want to work with. I'm going to save that change. So I have the footer and the header that looks pretty much the same, but not yet. I still have some blue colors. I'm going to show you how to take care of that a little bit later. Let's take care of my Google map. I want to say that I'm located in the United States, Florida. Google Map will adopt the content depending on what I've entered in that address. And I can zoom it as much as I want, even to show my street address. Like this. I can also change the height of that Google widget. Let's make it a little bit smaller. That's what I want to do. I'm going to save the changes. So I have Google Map taken care of. It shows up my location. Now I want to add some content inside of the builder on the content page. So let's take a look what we want to add. Let's add some gallery. For example, I'm gonna actually add some general content with some text on the left-hand side with an image that can show what you're talking about in that text field, and the button that will lead you to a page with more information. So basically, you don't need to think about how your website should look like. Our designers already did that for you with all of the spacings, with all of the buttons, text, and text styles. I want to add the gallery from the list of galleries that I have. It will be below that section, so just drag and drop it. The gallery has already a couple of images and the text and the captions assigned to these images. Let's have a look what other options we do have that we can add. There is a call to action section. For example, you're building a live event page and you want people to subscribe for the newsletters or maybe order a callback. You can just put that blog on your page. There will be some short description and some call to action button that will push your clients to push on that button and make what you want them to do. All right, let's take a look at some. All right, I already have some general contact page. I do want to have some pricing on my website right here. And probably I want to add a counter to the event that I'm going to have in the nearest future. After pricing, I want to tell people some testimonials. of those who already have had business with my company, for example, and maybe have some contact information on my web page. So let's have my address and the contact form. Oh, I'm gonna have another Google map here. I don't need it. I'm gonna delete it because I already have it in the footer. So I'm gonna save the changes for my dream page. Do you have any limits on amount of pages for my website? That's a good question, Paul. There are lots of pages already inside of that template, and you can create as many pages as you want to create your future website. So Moto CMS do not put any limits on amount of pages that you do have inside of your builder. You can have as many pages as you want. So I hope, Paul, your question is answered, and I'm gonna move forward. All right, so I was gonna take a look at my dream page, but I will not be able to preview it because it is right in a draft mode and nobody can look at it online. So I'm gonna publish that so my visitors can get access to that web page. And then I'm gonna copy the URL of that page. Just a moment, the changes are being saved right now. So here how the initial template looked like. And right now, I'm going to show you how my dream page looks like. Let's go to dream page URL. Actually, I can do that like that. Or I can just manage my menu. I'm going to delete some of the items I don't like. That's how easy it is to do with Moto CMS. I can also create submenu. I'm going to make hotel as a submenu for real estate and the real estate as a submenu for the home. But button about will take me to my dream page. And I want to make sure it's going to bring me to a dream page. I can also make that menu open any blog post or URL or make it send an email with the default mail client on your computer, or maybe open an image in a Lightbox. But I want to go to a page that is called Dream Page, and I'm gonna save these changes. I'm gonna delete a couple more items from the menu just to make sure we don't have the menu overwhelmed. And let's make some submenus as well for the blog page, like this. And client's gonna be, yeah, the second submenu, like this. All right, save menu. So let's take a look. What do I have with my menu right now? Just applied some changes. The progress bar is running up. Just one more second. And it's pretty much saved. I'm not sure why my admin panel is so slow. It's probably because the webinar internet speed is taking too much of internet connection from my computer, and that slows down the admin panel of Moto CMS Builder slightly. But anyway, the menu was updated successfully. I'm gonna close that now, and now you can see that my menu items have changed. I do have Dream Page right here, and I'm going to show you how it works right now. By the way, you can move it a little bit to the left, to the right, or maybe even move it a little further to the left if you want. It's up to you. It's pretty easy with Moto CMS. So let me save the changes and show you what I'm about. I'm going to refresh the page. Actually, let me refresh the home page that we've been working with. Right now, I have my menu updated. We do have some submenus here that I've created. And I want to move over to Dream Page that I've been working with inside of the builder. I want you to notice that the home page has a huge header with a big image, but my Dream Page has a small header. So with Moto CMS, having different headers on different pages is a really, really simple thing. We do have our content section, a certain slider with images, call to action button, a timer for certain event, our pricing buttons, which are blue. I don't like it. I'm going to work on that right now. Our testimonials page, contact form, and the footer. So let's take care of that red button, of that red line, and actually let's take care of all of the colors that I do have on my website. When working with inside of other builders, you're probably gonna need to apply changes to each and every widget that you do have on the stage. With Moto CMS, it is 10 times easier. I just need to go to Design section, go to my color picker, and right here, I do have 5 main colors that are used on my website and 5 substitutional colors that simply generated automatically by the system depending on the main color. We also can have 5 special colors that are not connected to the color palette so that you may use them on your website. If you change the main color, all of the colors that are using this main color will be changed on the site. So the menu border is blue now. The button is blue now as well. My slider has arrows which are blue and not purple anymore. The button for getting a callback is blue again. My countdown widget has blue color. Not really. There are some purple ones. I'm going to change it here. Oh, I made a mistake. It was blue. I just didn't save the changes and everything got back to purple. So let me get back to colors. Let me change it over to blue, like this. I'm going to click OK button, and I'm going to save it. So now when I scroll down, the counter going to have blue colors as well. My pricing doesn't have blue colors here, but that is pretty easy to fix. I'm going to select the button, and I will be redirected to preset manager of that button. I'm going to change the background of the button to my main color of the website, and I'm going to set the border a little bit darker. On a hover effect, I do have the same colors, actually, like this. So let me apply the changes. Now these buttons have the same color, just like this one. If you want to change the text that says 24, I'm going to just click on that text, and my preset builder will take me to the text style that is used for that text. It's custom text number 10. In order to change these colors, I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. Not really, style properties, and apply the color that I would like to use. You will notice that all of these colors will get that blue color applied right away because all of these widgets use exactly the same color. I was working with custom text number 10. Actually, you can create millions of custom different fonts with different sizes that will help you to work with your website. We do not limit you on amount of text styles. Actually, there are too many settings that I want to hide. I'm going to turn off responsiveness. It will be much easier to work with. Right, so my link gonna have blue color as well. I'm gonna save the changes. I'm gonna scroll down to see how my dream page looks like right now. I do have some gray pagination tabs on my testimonials, so I'm gonna change that as well. I'm gonna set it to blue and the border to dark blue. So now you see these blue lines, these circles, they got blue. Selected pagination gonna be blue as well. The background gonna be white. So now you see the changes. It was gray, but now it's blue. I'm gonna save these changes. Let's move forward. My context section, I have a short divider here that I can make a little bit thicker or thinner. And I can choose the color from the color palette as well. So I don't need to worry about, oh, do I fit the color in every section of my website with my header or footer like you do with other website builders. It is pretty simple with Moto CMS color picker. You can just apply changes here and that's it. I'm gonna save that change. Not really, I didn't save. I'm gonna apply the change and I'm gonna save it. The changes are getting saved right now. So I want to take care about my contact form on the right-hand side. I'm going to choose, let me see, I'm working with preset number 3. I want to take a look at my button. All right, contact form uses buttons from presets from buttons. So I'm going to switch over to buttons and find preset number 4, I think. Yes, here it is. I'm going to change the background to blue. I'm going to change the border to dark blue. I'm going to take a look at the hover. I'm going to set it to blue as well. Let's make it light blue so we just see the changes when we do hover the button. All right, I took care of my contact form. Let's scroll down to the footer and take care of some text. For example, I want that text style to be blue. I don't want too much text on my site to be gray or purple. So I'm going to select that text style, and I already have it right here. It's named medium text. And I want that text style to be blue everywhere I use it. So the color for the text style can be changed here. I'm going to set it to blue. If it's going to be the hyperlink, I want it to be blue as well. And I want it to be white on the hover. Okay, looks like the change has been saved. Actually, I'm going to show you another way on how to apply gray color. I'm going to switch over to Pages tab. and check what I have so far. Exactly the same page, dream page. I already have blue colors here, and that's the text style I've been working with. I do have blue buttons for my colors I do have blue on my arrows, I'm sorry. I do have blue right here, blue on the counter, blue on my buttons here, and on the testimonials, I do have blue pagination as well. My contact form has blue button, and the divider on the web page has blue color as well. Let me show you how it is easy to change the properties of different widgets. For example, I want to work with counter. It takes a while to load up the admin panel. Oh, I'm sorry. Brian is asking me if I can customize or update the site on the Mac, or must it be a PC? Brian, thank you for that question. There is no matter what device you're using, you can use your Mac to work with the admin panel. It will work exactly the same without any problems, so you don't need to worry about that. You can even use your tablet to update your website, but not all of the functions are available on the tablets because you don't have the hover effect on the tablet. It's just like a click action. So there are some limitations on the tablets, but you're definitely good to go with the Mac. I was going to play around with the counter a little bit. So I want to change the font that is used for that caption, days, hours, and minutes. I'm gonna put Open Sans there, so you can see that how the changes got applied a little bit. The background size is gonna be reduced. That's too small. Let me have maybe 60 pixels or 80 maybe. 80 should be okay. I don't like the delimiter. I want it to be red and a little bit smaller. Actually, red looks bad on the background. Let's select another color. Let it be maybe green. Let it be green. I'm gonna remove spacing a little bit between my counters. I'm gonna take care of the digits. I'm gonna make them slightly lighter. And I can even change the corners of my circles to change the actual appearance of my widget. If I set it up to 150, you will notice that the corners can be still optimized, and I will still have pretty good counter in front of you. So I'm gonna save the changes for that counter. That's how you can modify the actual look of every widget. And it's really simple with the design section. On the page section, you can modify the actual properties for that widget. Like, for example, the expiration date of my webinar will be April 26th. It should be over already because it's 12 at noon, but I hope you have still about 10-15 minutes to spend with me. I'm gonna finish up working with my template. So I'm gonna set up my time to probably New York. Where is? No, it's -5 Eastern time. Here we go. And it's gonna be 12 hours. Webinar gonna be over 12:30 p.m. So it's gonna be over in 1 hour 25 minutes. Let's make it okay. And save changes. Really, really simple. So once again, about that George guy. he managed to create a website, 250 websites per year. So he spends about 1.5 days building a website using Moto CMS admin panel. And that is why I'm saying that today launching a website is 10 times easier, moreover, when you are using Moto CMS admin panel. So for those of you guys who've joined me on that webinar today, let's get back to questions and answers section. I forgot about that. You probably might have a couple of questions about what I've covered today. So if you do have any questions, go ahead and put them in chat. I will be more than happy to answer them and show you how to do that using Moto CMS admin panel. If we do not have any questions within just a minute, I'm going to probably move forward on ending up that webinar for today. If you did like the information I've shared with you, you can give me some exclamation points in the chat room. I really hope you enjoyed the time spent with me. All right, so it looks like no questions are coming. Okay, here you go. Nick, can I sell my products online with Moto CMS? Yes, Nick, you are totally right. You are able to sell different products and items that your business offer using Moto CMS templates. That particular template that I've been working with, it doesn't have a store functionality, but on our website, if you go to our website templates, you can use our filter. It says eStore. We do have about 30 different designs that will help you to create an online store using Moto CMS. Moreover, I can show you how that builder looks like. Right here. That's a demonstration version of our control panel. You can get access to any template you want and see how the builder looks like. Moreover, you can register a 14-day free demo on our website and work with the admin panel for 14 days before making a purchase. I'm sure some of you guys already know about that. So any store template does have a store plugin installed inside of the builder where you can keep track of your orders, create new orders, check statuses of your orders, create different products and brands and categories, set up discounts to each and every product, manage its properties. You can create clients and customers for your website so that they can log in and change their billing and shipping information. You can manage how your category page will look like using different e-commerce widgets like product list and so on. You can manage the appearance of your product page where you can set rating widgets, short description widgets, and properties. When they do look great, these widgets, because the information that will appear will be brought from the actual product that you've created. So basically, that is how the product will look like on the product page. But each and every product will have their own media gallery images. Each and every product will have its own properties, ratings, short description, and options you can choose from, like size and color and so on. So Nick, I hope I've answered your question. There are two options on how you can create an e-commerce website with Moto CMS. These are two options. First option is going ahead with Moto CMS e-commerce templates, or you can purchase a Moto CMS 3 template like I did for Evolution. And then when you go to Evolution page and when you decide to proceed with the checkout, you will be able to add an e-commerce plugin with a simple checkbox for extra $69. So any Moto CMS 3 template that didn't have an e-commerce functionality inside can get these extra widgets added and extra pages added to it for extra $69. So you can do that at any time. Even if you made a purchase of the template, you can add that functionality later on. So I hope, Nick, your question is answered. And it looks like we do not have any other questions during the webinar. So I'm going to move to the final portion of the webinar today. Regular pricing to launch your website, if you go to our website, is going to be $199 for the template. We will charge you $49 for the installation. It will be $49 for the hosting and domain for the first year. And template customization will cost you about $119. So the total, if you decide to build your website with this service, is going to be $416. Today, I have a special offer for those who've joined the webinar. And here's how it looks like. Special offer to launch your website today will cost you just $168. So you can save $248 on your first website. It's about 60% discount on that special package that gives you a template with the admin panel that provides you with a free installation from our technical support department, that gives you free hosting and free domain name for the first year. Moreover, our team will build the website for you if you provide us with your pictures, images, and text. That's what's called template customization. You can find that offer on our website. It's an additional service that comes with Moto CMS templates. So guys, I hope you are really, really engaged in my webinar. I'm pretty sure you've enjoyed while I've been working with Moto CMS template. I hope you liked it, and I'm pretty sure you already decided to create your website today. So do not lose that chance. Grab that promo code, Moto Webinar. I'm gonna put it in the chat for all of you. Just copy it and paste it on the website, and you will get the discount price for the template is going to be 50%. You're going to get free installation and hosting and 50% discount on a template's customization. So the total is $168. Go ahead, if you're interested, make that today, because that offer expires at midnight today on New York time. So you have about 12 hours to make a decision if you would like to save some money and begin building your website today based on Moto CMS templates. Also, I've noticed that I have a couple more, actually one more question from Nick in the chat. How do I get Google Analytics work with Moto CMS website? That's a pretty good question, and it is really, really simple to do that with Moto CMS admin panel. I'm going to show you how to do. I'm going to go to Settings tab. Here we do have lots of different settings that you may work with, and one of them is an Analytics tab. When switching over to Analytics tab, you can just simply get your account with Google Analytics or Google Webmaster Tools. For those of you who are located in Russia or use or just want to promote your business for post-Soviet countries, you may want to use Yandex Metrica and Yandex Webmaster. All you need to do is basically just copy your tracking ID from your account. You can see an example here. Paste it into that field. Just save the changes. Then you can log into your Google Analytics account, and all of the updates and all of the changes and all of the visitors of your website will appear over there. You will be able to collect information about your site, optimize your pages, and make sure that you get maximum of your website, you get maximum of the conversions. You work as much as you can with the leads that come over to your website, and you do your best to convert them into the clients and make sure that they do business with you. So once again, here is my special offer for those of you who have joined me today. Thank you so much. I really hope you've enjoyed that. More webinars will be coming up soon. I think another one will be in a month or so. I'm gonna send you a notification email to all of you with the special offer that I'm showing on the screen right now, so you can get back to me with an ideas what you would like to hear on the future webinars, maybe some special topics that you would like me to cover, like search engine optimization, or maybe how you create an e-commerce website using Moto CMS. I will be more than happy to hear your feedback, so feel free to reach me back, and I'll take care of all of the emails that I'm gonna get in my mailbox, guys. So once again, thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Cheers.